with Dr. Lyles. We'll get into that. We got Anthony Loft. He's from Tennessee. Hi, Anthony. Woo! Okay. Chanel Collins glowing. Am I glowing?
So, as I've spoken before, I do not watch the show Love and Marriage Huntsville anymore. I stopped watching, honestly, because of Carlos King and because of a lot of the shenanigans I saw on social media. Primarily, the show, what occurred on the show was just not aligning with what these people were doing outside of the show. And I got sick of being lied to. And as well, I didn't like the negative turn that the show has. So I stopped watching, and I honestly feel like that negativity came from how the show was being produced, chopped and screwed. It made absolutely no sense how dark the show turned, and also how little the show actually showed of the lives of most of the castmates. I feel like the focus was only on Melody and Martell's real life, and everybody else was just on there playing a role because their real lives barely showed up. It was like all smoke and mirrors. Nevertheless, I still follow all the foolishness that goes on social media about the show, which brings me to this. Recently, I think it was on Monday, Carlos King posted this dramatic video about how fans are targeting the cast members and how I think Melody should get her fans under control, basically was the sentiment. He made this whole rant about how these fans actually ran off Tiffany Whitlow and now Stormi Steele. And let me tell you how this dude sat up there and lied and was the biggest hypocrite on earth. As the video starts, he shouts out the people who are watching the live, right? And the person who he shouts out, who meets all the criteria for what he calls the out of control fans or the hateful fans or, the messy to the 20th degree fans, who showed up on social media inside of Destiny's home where he went to record, I guess during the transition post-marriage when the house was up for sale. And this same gentleman who Carlos shouts out is connected to Stormi Steele. So if you want to make a rant about out of control fans and fans who do too much and fans who cause heartache and pain to your cast members, why are you shouting out one of those alleged people? Make it make sense, sir. It makes no sense. And I'll tell you why it makes no sense and how this whole spin on I'll just say what it is. The millimeters are out of control and they're running people off is a bold-faced lie. It's based on a lot that actually goes on outside of the show. Primarily, this narrative that Stormi has created where she is lying, and I will say this, blatantly lying on this elderly content creator. How do I know she's lying? Because I saw Stormi's live video at the time when this whole warehouse confrontation happened. Stormi chose to go live and record this interaction where Stormi, was ranting and raving and cursing and threatening these elderly women who had barely made it out of their vehicles and were walking towards her warehouse. She went she went bonkers. She's just raging and threatening to pew pew and just, she was doing the most. She did all of this. They never even broke the threshold of her warehouse door. I don't even know if they even got close enough to the warehouse to see the door, because Stormi was on the inside just cursing. How did she even know they were out there? She was watching them on their security cameras. And if I'm not mistaken, she said that she saw the lady's videos prior talking junk about her in her business. And that's really why she went off. The lady had said some negative commentary or maybe questioned some of Stormi's business practices before. I don't know. But Stormi was already anxious and upset and flipping out. The lady never did anything to Stormi other than press charges against her for threatening her, which I would imagine anyone would do if someone says that they can pew pew you and just goes off cursing you out and acting a plumb fool. So I said that to say this. I think it was tonight or last night or whenever, the content creator, I think her name is Black Titanic, showed the actual court documents from Stormi's case. Black Titanic dropped the charges. I think it was nolo prosecutor or something like that. It's a legal term for choosing not to prosecute, basically. You don't want to go forward. Stormi got on social media and made it seem that, these charges were frivolous and case dismissed. I'm victorious. Ma'am, that lady chose not to go forward with the case. And if I'm not mistaken, she can choose now to go forward with the case. Like, she cut you a break and you're out here gloating and lying on her. Like, why are you even doing this? And Carlos is propping this up. And it will be to his detriment if he continues to do so. Like, why lie? Like, it is so unnecessary. It's so ridiculous. It is of no benefit to you in the long run. And what I don't like about Carlos is I won't even say he throws the rock and hides his hand. No, he pushes his hand up the rear end of people and he tries to use them as puppets. And he is so disingenuous in his commentary. And I get it. He's out here. He's trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. He got finally put back on to reality TV after being excommunicated from Bravo. But you're going about this the wrong way, bruh. Like, you are going about this in the most detrimental way to your brand and your character, because you're setting things up on a house, like what is it? What do they say? A house of lies, or whatever it's called. And all that is going to fall because you're choosing to lie. Why? Like, what is your purpose? What is your intent? I get it. Y'all want to get money and you don't care how you go about getting it. But what you should never do is build your value on a house of cards. That's the term. Like, it is going to crumble because you're up here lying, and you're repeatedly lying where there is evidence of the truth. And I don't know how far you think this will carry you, but at some point the truth will prevail. And so, Carlos, you sat on your live and you interviewed, I guess, or had commentary with Destiny and one of the ladies from Bell Collective. And the lady from Bell Collective, she just stood in her stance like, no, a cast member cannot control fans of a show. And they can't. Like, this has been the case since before you moseyed on over here to OWN and you were in Bravo. You can't control what fans do. Once you cross that threshold between your private life and reality TV, this isn't scripted TV. This is reality TV. You're inviting people into your life, or at least attempting to. So these fans become part of the show. You actually made the people from social media part of your show. You had a whole special on social media, and until they quote unquote turned against you, and you made yourself basically a cast member. You're supposed to be above the fray, but you are directly in the fray, and it's causing pandemonium. You're the reason why people are leaving your show. It's not the fans, it is you. Like, if you are the creator, as you say, and you came up with this great concept of black excellence and da-da-da-da, why are you not showing any of the black excellence? Why are you sitting on social media lying, and why do you hide the lives of the cast members other than 2 of them? You hide everybody else's life. You create these false narratives, and then you start to target the star of your show. Like, it is very obvious. Most people can see it. Anyone who follows the social media shenanigans, they can see it. You don't hold the same disregard, or no, not disregard. You don't hold the same perspective for fans attacking Melody that you do for her so-called millimeters going after other cast members. And you actually lie about the quote-unquote millimeters going after other cast members. You lie blatantly about it. And it makes no sense. You actually had on your show 2 people who were fans of the show, who just happened to be relatives of your cast members. You had one of the Scott's family members, and you had Stormi's family member on the show, both of which used social media to attack Melody and her family. Like, you had these people on your show. You gave them a platform. So how disingenuous of you to now turn around and say, oh, these fans are out of control, when you platform these so-called out of control people. Those are your decisions. And it's for the love of chaos and the love of money, in my opinion. You think it's going to cause your ratings to go up because you have these nutty people on your show. But what it did is it turned sane people away. And you're basically pew-pewing yourself in the foot. The fact that you don't get that is because you're so neck and eyeball deep into the cast and actually being part of the show that you've lost control of the plot. You've lost control of your position. You've lost control of your own character, and it stinks. So you may want to take a little time away and reconsider what you're doing. Maybe you won't. You probably won't. But you need to put that in check. The fact that Stormi has hopped on social media and lied blatantly, when there are court documents, there is her own video that evidences her lies. The fact that you shouted out one of these fans who showed up at the home of one of your cast members, it's crazy. You support chaos until that chaos turns around on you. You can't have it both ways, buddy. Anyway, that's all I got. I ain't got no more. But stop lying. My mama always said, if you will lie, you would cheat. If you would cheat, you will steal. If you would steal, you would kill. So lying always leads to more negativity. So cut the lies. Stop it. Be truthful. And maybe your show will get back on track. Maybe. I don't know. It probably won't, but I'm just saying. Anyway, please comment, subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff. And I will pop back on whenever. Bye, y'all.